Chaudhary?
Yes, Bhante.
You have any question?
Let me check the not yet, Bhante.
Okay, we can wait.
Yeah, we can wait 1 minute.
In the chat box.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. We don't yet have a question.
Oh. Tisarani and other bhikkhunis, thank you very much for your chocolates and birthday cards. Uh-huh.
Bhante, maybe since we don't have a question, maybe I can start a discussion. So can you talk a little bit more about stream entry? So when your stream enters, you overcome the 3 lower fetters, identity view, and then adherence to rites and rituals and doubts. But you're still not fully enlightened because you still have some degree of greed, hatred, and delusion. And in the suttas, we read often that just after one discourse, some people attained stream entry. Why was that so much quicker, in those days than now? That just people by listening to the Buddha, they suddenly were able to attain stream entry, Sotapanna.
Okay, that's a good question. Those days, those were the particular period in human history that people were in search of truth, unlike today, because today there are so many religions, so many peoples, and so much development, various resources available for people, and they go into all these things for various reasons. They are not very much interested in attainment of enlightenment. They have become so materialistic. The more you are materialistic, less you are interested in the spiritual achievements. Those days, there were no such material things, technology, science, and all this. And therefore, those were the particular period, especially first the 6th century, 5 centuries BC. And people had very simple life, and their minds were very strong, healthy. Therefore, it was very easy for them to comprehend whatever they heard. And those were the days people learned by listening. By listening. That is why the word sutra, and the Vedic literature, like Upanishad, Rig, Yajur, Sham, Atharva, and so forth, they learn only by listening. They listen so attentively with undivided mind. They listen. And they absorb everything. It's just like the rain for raining into a desert. Every drop of water would be absorbed into the ground, seep into the ground. Similarly, their minds were so enthusiastic, so interested in learning something to liberate themselves from suffering. And therefore, while listening to Dhamma, they attain enlightenment by listening to Dhamma, attain stream entry. For instance, you see, when the Buddha delivered the first sermon, they just listened to the first sermon and QnA attained the stream entry right away because the attention was so sharp, clean, undivided. These days, people cannot find that kind of attention, and their mind is so complicated, cluttered with information. Their minds are full of all kind of information. When you have so much information in the mind, there is no space in the mind to process the information. They don't have space in the mind to process the information. Mind is so full of them. And therefore, life is complicated. And by listening to Dhamma sermons, they cannot grasp all the nitty-gritty, fine details. That is why it is not possible. It is not possible, but it is very rare that somebody attains stream entry these days. That is my view. This you cannot find it in a book. Okay. There seems to be another question?
Yeah, Bhante, there's another question. Indriya is explained as a balancing faculty for meditation practice. Why did you say 2 weeks ago that it's also a sense door? Can you please explain this?
Okay. He said,
Indriya,
all my meditation, that's the question. Right? Oh,
One below.
one below. Hello, Bhante. Indriya is explained as a balancing faculty for meditation practice. Why did you say 2 weeks ago that it's also a sense door? Please explain.
oh. Okay. Is this the question again?
Let me just read it to you again. Okay. Hello, Bhante. Indriya is explained as a balancing faculty for meditation practice. Why did you say 2 weeks ago that it's also a sense door? Can you please explain?
Oh, okay, okay. Indriya explained as a balancing factor. Okay, Indriya, I said Indriya is chief in each area. And also in the Bojjhanga, the factors of enlightenment, Buddha mentioned the Sati Indriya, mindfulness factor. Mindfulness is the balancing factor. Although there are 6 Indriyas, there are 6 Indriyas, 5 Indriyas, and so 6 Indriyas are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. 5 Indriyas are Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. 5 Indriyas. Sati Indriya, Samadhi Indriya, Virya Indriya, Samadhi Indriya, Panya Indriya. And among these Indriyas, Satindriya is the balancing factor. In Bojjhanga, 7 factors of enlightenment, first one is Sati, that is Sati Indriya, Sati Bala, Sati Bojjhanga. And all these 3, Indriya, Bala, Bojjhanga, Sati Indriya, Sati Bala, Sati Bojjhanga, balancing factor in Bojjhanga. In faculties, I said doors, faculties and indriyas, Chakku Dwara, Sota Dwara, and so forth, doors, faculties, Chakku, what do you call it, faculty, Indriya, then Ayatana. Ayatana is faculties. Chakku Ayatana, Sota Ayatana, and so forth. I faculty, ear faculty, nose faculty. Then I Indriya, Indriya means chief. Now each place, these words are used in each place to specify the very function of that particular faculty. For instance, when the word faculty, Indriya is used, that means that particular sense does only one thing, and that sense is specialized in that. For instance, eye is specialized only for seeing, ear specialized only for hearing, nose specialized only for smelling, tongue specialized only for tasting, body specialized only for feeling, mind specialized only for combination of all of them. Therefore, they are called indriya. Then the faculty is the place where a lot of activities going on. Ayatana. Ayatana means faculty. I, Chakku Ayatana, and so forth. Eye faculty, ear faculty, and so forth. A lot of activities are going on through the eye. Then Dwara means doors. Eye doors, ear doors, and so forth. Through door means entrance and exit. You enter certain places through a door. When you exit through a door. So the information comes to the mind through these doors, and therefore they are called doors. So I used the word 2 weeks ago, the balancing factor in reference to the Bojjhanga. That is what it does in that particular state. Okay?
Thank you, Bhante. The next question is, from all my meditations, only yesterday's meditation was very, very good, since you advise us to breathe very slowly. Do we have to do we have to do throughout the meditation? Do we have to do this throughout the meditation or just for a few minutes? So breathing very slowly.
Okay. Actually, this slow breathing is good all the time. Since people are not accustomed to do slow breathing, I mentioned the other day, when you breathe very slowly for you to have the taste of slow breath. Slow breath has a lot of benefits. One is it gives you a chance to be aware of the breath, every tiny little particles of air moving into your lungs and pushing your diaphragm down. In that, you can become aware of the changes, impermanence taking place. Secondly, that is one important thing. Secondly, when you breathe out very slowly, you build up a lot of carbon dioxide in your lungs. And carbon dioxide also is as important as oxygen, because carbon dioxide dilates your arteries, capillaries, tiny little hair-like blood vessels. Through the blood vessels are tubes. the tubes must become, the diameter of the tubes should, when it becomes bigger, the blood flow is very smooth and the blood goes to the brain very smoothly. If you are sleepy, your sleepiness will completely vanish when you breathe very slowly. That is the second benefit. Third is you gain concentration very easily because the mind, the brain is getting this message very softly, gently, quietly, and then it helps you to gain concentration. Uh, and fourthly, your lungs expand when you breathe out, and then there is no oxygen in your lungs. And next time when you breathe in, because lungs are hungry for oxygen, and therefore every tiny little air particle with oxygen is absorbed into every tiny little what do you call these openings in our lungs. Uh, I think lungs are made up of tiny little holes. I don't know what you call them in biological terms. And they open very widely and quickly absorb a lot of oxygen. For this, when this happens, your lungs expands, and sometimes when there is a mucus in your lungs, water in your lungs, that can be evaporated very easily, and lungs become very clear and clean and strong and powerful and big. For these reasons, if you breathe very slowly in, slowly out, to make about 5 breaths per minute. 5 breaths per minute. If you can slow your breathing to that level, you experience all these new things and you become healthy. Healthy. For these reasons, I suggested these things yesterday, the other day.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, you mentioned that if one is sick, it's better to wait until one gets well before he meditates. However, for those who have chronic illnesses, they're chronically ill, or they have difficulty breathing, do you have recommendations on how they can meditate? Should they focus on the breath or focus on something else?
Uh-huh. Okay. It is when you are very, very sick, you have aches and pain all over your body, headache, backache, legs ache, joint aches, and so forth. It is almost excruciating pain. Your mind is completely, uh, completely drenched in pain. And that time, your mind is focused on the pain. You are thinking of how to get rid of this pain. When you are very sick, how to get rid of your pain. So you have to take some medicine, some therapy and something like that. Then once that part is taken care of, then your mind will be relatively relaxed. Then meditation will go on very well. Moreover, when you are in pain, you begin to hate this pain. As Buddha said, when pain is there, underlying tendency is ill will. It happens very naturally. Therefore, you got to get rid of your ill will by getting rid of your excruciating pain. And then your mind becomes relatively better for you to start the practice of meditation. Then your healing process will be expedited. Really, healing process will be quick because now you have taken care of this very agonizing pain, and then your mind becomes relatively better, and then start practicing meditation, especially breathing and so forth. Then it helps you to recover very quickly. Especially when you cannot breathe at all, you need some ways to have some breath. If you have, if when you are healthy, you can deliberately slow your breathing and have the benefit that I mentioned earlier. So I certainly recommend you to get better a little bit and then start your practice in meditation to fasten, to accelerate your recovery. Okay?
Bhante, what if you cannot get better? What if nothing works? Can you use the pain actually even as a boost?
Sure, sure.
And,
If nothing works, you go to move. If you're meditating, sitting, then you have a lot of pain. You do everything to get rid of your pain, and pain doesn't go away. Oh, surely you must get up and move, do walking meditation. Then that pain will fade away and disappear. Yeah.
Okay, the next question is, upon entering jhana, does breathing remain the object of meditation, or do the jhanic factors become the object?
Okay. Entering jhana, does breathing remain the object of meditation? Now, a jhanic factor becomes the object. There are situations where you don't feel any jhanic factor. For instance, when you are in the third jhana or second jhana, your mind is very calm, peaceful, and in the you have upekkha or equanimity. The mind is dominated by equanimity, and you can stay with that equanimous state of mind. That, of course, can become your object of meditation, to stay in that position, and not sometimes when you go to the fourth jhana, you don't feel breath. It is said that there is no breath. It doesn't mean that there is no breath at all. It simply means that you do not feel the breath at all, as if you are not breathing. In that state, you don't have any mental factors to, jhanic factors to focus your mind, except the peace of mindfulness and equanimity. Both are purified in the fourth jhana. And you can stay there much longer than before other jhanas. I mean, when you are in other jhanas previous to that, in this state of the fourth jhanic state, you can stay much longer. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante. So when you're in the fourth jhana, you have no perception at all. So how are you able to come out of it?
Okay. From the predetermination, you know, you attend the every jhana you have to master the jhana in 5 ways. They are called avajjana, samapajjana, adhitthana, uchchana, paccavekkhana. You, as soon as you attend, before you attend any jhana, first time you don't know very much. When you attend the first jhana, you don't have all this mastering of the first jhana. Once you attend the first jhana, it may remain for a very short period, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and so forth, and then you lose. But you must remember how you attend the first jhana. It is not like a dream. It is something you attain deliberately. When you attain it, you remember the steps you followed. And then, when you lose it, you reflect, avajjana, you reflect how you attained it, what are the steps you followed. And then, adhitthana, you have to determine to attain it. You have to determine to attain, and how long you can to stay there. That is, according to that determination, utthana, you get out. Then re-attain it again. When you do this several times, you are efficient in that particular jhana. In the second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, and so forth, in every jhanic stage, when you lose it according to your predetermination. You attain the first jhana 2 minutes. Second time you want to attain the first jhana and stay for 5 minutes. And according to that, you come out of it. Naturally, you don't have to make anything in the jhana to come out. It happens according to predetermination. Third jhana, fourth jhana, and so forth. That's what you have to do.
So if it happens according to predetermination, it means that there is a will factor involved, that you make a decision, you have a will to come out of it at a certain point.
Right. You have to determine before you attain how long you stay, and then that when that period is over, you come out. Yes.
And what at the beginning when you're training, you may have like the first jhana only 2 minutes. Maybe you decided you would want to stay in it for 5 minutes, but you lose it after 2 minutes. What causes that you lose after 2 minutes is distracted mind, or what defilement? What is the dominant factor that makes you lose the jhana?
What happened is you are in the first jhana, you have overcome your hindrances, greed, ill will, restlessness and worry, doubt and remorse and so forth. Then they are howling over you as a team. Another team is working in you. What are the team? Vitakka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekaggata. Initial application, sustained application, joy, happiness, and concentration. This is another team of jhanic factors. Jhanic factor team one side, and the hindrance are on the other side. And they are in a tug of war. When you are in jhanic factors, the hindrances are no longer active, but they are trying to get into your mind. So one of them, because we have not destroyed them, you temporarily suspended them. And therefore, they are also working. The moment you become your jhanic factors, any jhanic factor becomes weak, then hindrances, one of the hindrances will invade your mind, and then you lose it. When you go to the second jhana, your thought of thinking dispenses, what you call suspended thinking. And that is why you don't talk. That's called noble silence. When you want to stay in noble silence, because of your previous habit, We have been thinking, talking all our life. And suddenly we stop them temporarily and attain the second jhana, and still the talking habit is howling over you and waiting to invade your mind. The moment you use your silence, then that invades your mind. Like that, always the opposite of jhanic factors can invade the mind, secretly sneak into your mind, and then you lose it. And before that happen, you predetermine after such and such a period of time, let me have a quality meditation. During that time, even if you stay 5 minutes, that's a wonderful quality. And so use the quality of that state slowly, and when it wears out, hindrance or the opposite factors will sneak into your mind. That's how you lose it.
Thank you, Bhante. We have a couple more questions. One, I'll say it first because it relates to the jhana. How long do we have to practice mindfulness of breath before one attains jhana?
That depends on the person. Some people naturally gain concentration very quickly. And also time, place, habit, and some people nature, all this affect. In some, you have, since you have been meditating, you might have experienced some days, at some times, your concentration is very good. Some days, sometimes, in some places, concentration is very bad. So, I suggest to people, when your concentration is good, stay with concentration practice. If concentration is not good, stay with your mindfulness practice. For the mindfulness practice, there is no time, place, object, anything you experience can be used as an object of your meditation. Because in mindfulness practice, all you need is to become aware of impermanence, unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness. Impermanent, unsatisfactoriness, and selflessness may be the development of your insight meditation. The first thing is that you should be able to see impermanence, experience impermanence. Your breath is impermanent, your feelings impermanent, perception impermanent, thoughts are impermanent, consciousness. Experience, these are happening all the time, impermanence, and become aware of it. And that is your mindfulness practice. So if you don't gain concentration anytime, don't worry. Switch on to mindfulness practice. Okay? Now,
Yes.
friends, it is your questions today are very good questions. And I hope you have similar questions. Don't worry about, even if you ask the same question again and again, you don't worry. Ask the question until you get it very clear in your mind. I give you the same answer. No matter how many times you ask me, my answer will be the same in different words, maybe different examples. Because the truth is the truth all the time. You cannot, modify the truth. Okay? Now let us do some meditation. Okay.
Haruna ඉන්නවා මේකේ. Haruna.
Read that.
Ask Veronica.
I click here to get that. All right. Okay, friends. Okay. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, weak or strong, long, large, medium, short, subtle or gross, visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate a boundless heart. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving friendliness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment, whether standing, walking, sitting, lying down, or whenever awake. One should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here, not falling into erroneous views, but virtuous and endowed with vision, removing desire for sensual pleasures. One comes never again to birth in the womb. Okay, with this metta thought in our mind, let us meditate. Let me repeat what I said earlier. This is important for our practice, and you will see the benefit of this practice when you follow this instruction. You sit in upright position, close your eyes, and breathe only through the nose. Never try to breathe through the mouth, whether you are in meditation or out of meditation. Because the nose is made for our breathing. When we breathe cool air, that air becomes warm when you breathe through the nose. When you breathe warm air, that becomes cool when you breathe through the nose, because nose has moisture. When you have air, unfriendly particles in the air, they will be filtered when you breathe through the nose, because nose is made for this. And also you can breathe slowly when you breathe through the nose. Even if you have cold, one nostril is open, don't worry, breathe through that open one nostril. And then breathe very slowly until your lungs are full, diaphragm is go far down, and then breathe out very slowly until all your air in lungs is gone. I heard from biologists that we breathe out only about 60% of our breath, air. Now, we try to breathe out 70% or 80% of our breath. And if possible, breathe out all the breath, air in our lungs, slowly. And then lungs are hungry for oxygen. And then when we breathe in, lungs absorb every tiny oxygen gas into our lungs, and our lungs expand. And breathe like that very slowly in, breathe out slowly when you breathe out slowly. When your lungs are tired, naturally your breath becomes short, and when the lungs recover from its tiredness, breathe again very slowly. You notice time passes very quickly, mind becomes calm very quickly, breath is calm, relaxed, body is calm, relaxed, lungs are calm, relaxed, you gain concentration. Okay. By, by means of these meritorious deeds, may I never join with the foolish. May I join always with the wise until the time I attain Bhavana. May the suffering be free from suffering. May the fear-struck be free from fear. May the grieving be free from grief. So too may all beings be. From the highest realm of existence to the lowest, may all beings serving in these realms, with form and without form, with perception and without perception, be released from all suffering and attain to perfect peace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And now, friends, we want to end this session. I want to share our metta as usual with everybody, particularly starting with those who are in hospitals suffering from various diseases, taken care of by very compassionate doctors, nurses, and hospital staff. May they recover very soon and return to their normal life, practice meditation, and attain liberation from samsaric suffering. May all the doctors, nurses, and hospital staffs who dedicate their lives, sacrifice their comfort, and risk their own life to take care of all these people, may they also find time to practice Dhamma meditation and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all those who have lost their loved ones here or there and have been grieving, as I mentioned earlier, may they be free from grief and find peace to practice meditation and liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all those who are in various troubled spots, war zones, poverty-stricken area, discriminations, and so forth, may they also find some time to practice Dhamma, meditation, gain wisdom, liberate themselves from samsaric suffering. May all others whose categories I have not mentioned, all beings living in all 10 directions, in variable forms, sizes, and shapes, may they all find peace. May they all be well, happy, and peaceful. Friends, we continue this practice, these talks. My last talk for this season would be next Saturday, and the last QA would be next Sunday for the adults. And for youngsters, also this afternoon at 3 and next Sunday afternoon at 3. And then I will have my own seclusion till the 15th of March next year. I want to make this announcement earlier so that we all can have time to practice Dhamma meditation and see you all next Saturday.
Thank you very much, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you, Bhante. Thank you.
Everybody.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Thank you.
sadhu. Thank you,
Everyone,
Bhante.
Saranai.
Everyone, Saranai.
Bhante.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sirvan sir, nice one, sir.